Why do people hate Linkin Park? You know, the rock band Linkin Park, they've been around for 15, 16 years, sold millions of albums, and have become one of the biggest bands in the world. However, people hate them. Myself, I'm a giant fan of Linkin Park, and I think everything they do, they ship gold. But people hate them with a passion. And I've seen that hate from other people throughout my life. Since Hybrid Theory came out, people have sat there and hated on them. So I did a bit of internet research, went onto Quora, and Sanjay Dubey, D-U-B-E-Y, came up with a list of why people hate Linkin Park. He gave 11 reasons, but reason 10 and 11 you can put into one reason. So this is a list of why people hate Linkin Park. Number 1, because people like other bands and they don't like Linkin Park. And you see this throughout music, especially metal music and rock music. They have this idea that one band is perfect, one genre is perfect, and everything else is shit. Everyone else is sold out. It's a stupid idea. You evolve, music evolves. You would think grunge music today is going to sound like Nirvana. No. You think rock music is going to sound like the Beatles, sound like Elvis, sound like Jimi Hendrix. No. Technology evolves and music evolves. Yes, Linkin Park doesn't sound like Metallica, doesn't sound like Iron Maiden, doesn't sound like Pantera, mainly because they have different influences to Metallica, Maiden, Pantera. Yes, they started off as a metal band, but to be honest, the only real metal genre band, they were influenced was the Deftones. They were influenced by Boogie Down Productions, Public Enemy, Cypress Hill, Radiohead, U2. Later on, they got influenced by King Crimson. They got influenced by In the Drive-In. They got influenced by indie bands. Their influences are very different to the earlier metal bands, the punk bands. They're very different. Instead of influences all melded in with Linkin Park. Number 2, because they adopt new sounds. They've evolved. You can't keep on making the same album over and over and over again. Deftones have realised this. For me personally, I think the fact that they've moved on and they've added a lot of electronics, a lot of industrial, I think it's brilliant. Living Things, for me, sounded like a Depeche Mode album. Minutes to Midnight was an aggressive rock album. Same with The Hunting Party. You just can't keep on making the same album over and over again. It becomes repetitive. It becomes boring. Number 3, they write new stuff that sounds similar to their old stuff. You can't have it both ways. Either you like the evolution or you don't. And I've seen enough comments in YouTube comment section saying, where's the old stuff? We like the old stuff. Personally, I like the evolution. I really like the evolution. I like going from Hybrid Theory through to Hunting Party and hearing different sounds weaving through. If they weren't writing new stuff, it would be repetitive and boring. I don't want to listen to 5 or 6 Hybrid Theories and Meteoras. When they wrote Minutes to Midnight, if they made that third album in a trilogy, they felt like they would have been cheating themselves and they would have been cheating the others. So they've decided to evolve and put in new stuff. People hate new metal. This is one of those heavy metal purist things, isn't it? People want to stick to Metallica and Maiden and Kiss. They don't want to see genres shooting out. However, death metal is an offshoot to heavy metal. Black metal, the same. Metalcore, an offshoot. Different genres, music evolve and new offshoots come out constantly. To complain that the new metal is pathetic in my eyes. And again, they do more than new metal. They do electronica, they do industrial, they do like punky rock music. They've all like combined genres in together to make the Linkin Park sound. Their subject themes have changed. Yes, they were doing teen angst, but that's what they were doing when they were writing the first set of stuff. And yes, that early stuff does date them, and the new stuff dates them to that period in their lives. But if you haven't only listened to the first two albums, I'm going to say this, you're only going to get that if you go on to A Thousand Suns, It's All Politics. They change themes, they change subjects constantly. Number 3, Hip Hop Fancy Test them. I've never actually seen this. There's been plenty of rappers out there who like them. Rakim, big fan. ASAP Ferg, I think it's ASAP Ferg, big fan. I can imagine a lot of rap purists and a lot of the older rap fans who want to listen to Public Enemy, want to listen to Boogie Down Productions, Run DMC, might hate them because they're putting heavy metal and rock music in with hip hop. But rap and hip hop have collaborated ages. You can see it with Run DMC, Limp Bizkit, Korn, Eminem, I think's done it. There is a lot of collaborations between rap and rock music. It's one of those things, mainly because hip hop takes all its ideas from different musical genres. If it wasn't for the Shadows, we probably wouldn't have hip hop as we know it. They have a DJ. Deftones have a DJ. Incubus have a DJ. Slipknot have a DJ. Cypress Hill have a DJ. Limp Bizkit have a DJ. Those are the 5 off the top of my head, apart from Linkin Park. It's a part of the sound. They can't have electronic and hip hop without a DJ. Yeah, I don't think it would work. They could do a POD thing and put in rap music and reggae music and stuff, but it contributes to the sound. They're getting old. Yeah, 16 years this year. 16 years. But Metallica have been going for 30 years maybe now. 1980s was the first Metallica album. Ozzy Osbourne's done it since the 70s. People get old. If you want to listen to young people sing, go to pop music. That's where young people are. If you're in a rock band and you're doing something good, you're going to carry on doing it. Radiohead do it. Coldplay still do it. There are bands out there that have been going on for years and years. Because you're getting old and it's making you feel old, doesn't really matter, does it? There's no guitar solos. I think this mainly goes back to their influences. Deftones, I think, have done one guitar solo for a cover of Sinatra by Page Hamilton's band. I've forgotten which band Page Hamilton's in at this moment. But that's one of their influences. Again, the indie influences. Radiohead don't do guitar solos. U2 don't do guitar solos. Aphex Twin, an electronic band, won't do guitar solos. Same with Depeche Mode. Same with The Roots. Same with Boogie Down Productions, Run DMC, Public Enemy. There are no guitar solos in the stuff that majorly influenced them. And the song structure. People don't like the song structure. People do like the song structure. One of these things is you can't have it both ways. Yes, they go with the verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. It's normal. A lot of bands do it. And sometimes they'll throw in a different song structure for, like, The Catalyst, which was a different song structure. But again, they're experimenting. They don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I think the main problem is that they experiment. And people don't like experimentation in music. But there we go. Anyway, that is why people don't like Linkin Park. Those are my opinions on it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.